that it was our ministry, and he prayed about it, and I was like, whoa, wow, that's kind of deep. But, and so many times I feel like I am not worthy. I am nowhere near, this disciple that God has, that he wants me to be. But I have to. Could you please give him a bottle or something? There's no bottle.
We don't have a bottle.
Yes, there is inside of the diaper bag. Sorry.
Okay.
Miracle, diaper bag up front. Side pocket. Isn't there a bottle?
We all have kids.
Gosh, I know.
Some of us have grandkids.
I know. Yeah, right. So, anyways, in saying that, it has, I guess that has been the basis and the foundation of the business for me, is even whenever I feel like crap, I feel like that I'm not worthy. I feel like, oh my gosh, I need to make a phone call. I've promised that I'm going to make this phone call, and I need to stick to it. And even whenever I don't feel like it, God moves through those conversations. And gosh, I don't want to cry. Dang it. I want to be tear-free right now. But God moves through those conversations, and you will be so surprised at how many people, we know that God places people in our path. I know, I think all as coaches, we do know this, but that reassurance, whenever you're actually on she left.
He's back.
She's strong. Okay. So anyways, I think that he just knows that even whenever we don't feel it, he brings these people to us to remind us of what we're doing and why we do what we do. I have a new coach that was even struggling with believing in God, and whenever I heard that, I was like, I'm not the overbearing, crazy chick. Hey, Daphne. Hey. So anyways, that's just been, that's what it does for me. And that's why it's successful, is because I do treat it, more of a ministry. Well, actually, it's not consciously me treating it as my ministry. God just reminds me, and that's where it's. So through that, just helping so many people, and it's a God thing, along with exercise and clean eating. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I agree with you, but you still have to, you have to treat it like a business. And I kind of wanted you to talk about, like, you have a certain way that you form people. And I know that you said that these are more people from your warm market, but a lot of your challenge points come from new people. You are really good at, you meet people everywhere you go. You're always talking. Feel free to talk about, how you're meeting people, how you're forming them, how you're inviting them, how you're following up with them. Any tips that you think that.
Well, like, some of them, like, I've even had some that are, they blast on Facebook, that weren't my challengers. Look, I ordered T25, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, hold on a minute, and it's this one girl that's about to order another challenge pack. I messaged her. I was like, or I commented on her post about the T25. Don't you love it? It's only 25 minutes. Let me know what you think or whatever. And then I messaged her and I said, do you have a coach? And she had gotten the 3 packets of Shakeology. She wasn't trying them. She had her own shake she was doing, and I don't do shakes, is what she said. I don't do shakes. And then she sent me a picture of the Shakeology in the blender, and look here, Robyn, here I am. And she messaged it to me, but then I took the picture and I posted it. And then she's commenting all over. So, and then, like, people, they're still watching. 6 months later, you've never spoke to them, never commented on anything, but they're one of your friends, and all of a sudden you get a message, hey, I've been watching you for 6+ months. Tell me now. And then, like, that girl, she didn't even remember what she said to me. She says, it was just like I was whatever. She didn't even really remember messaging me. But after us talking, it was a God setup. So I guess it's just Facebook. I just follow people. And then, like, whenever I see, I mean, there's so many people blowing up about T25. So many people. And it's from watching us. I mean, it's all people that are mine and Brianna's friends, but they are just blowing. I get floored at all the tags we get. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And then I just thank God because I know it's him. I know. And then whenever you talk to these people, it's just they need us. They need us in so many ways. And I mean, as far as the business goes, God's just blessing the crap out of us. I mean, I'm sorry. I I mean, I don't even want to say all this stuff on this recording, Jennifer, but because I'm the rebel, I don't follow y'all's rules. I don't, and I don't want to tell people that. So you might not want to record all this.
It's already recorded. Yeah, but you have a system that works for you, and that may not work for
everyone.
I know you're always talking.
I'm never afraid to
you have passion. That's what it's about, though. You are passionate about what you do. You believe in what you do, and you're sharing that. And that's what it takes. I mean, you have to be doing some form of passion.
Right. And the confidence, which God, healed me because I had no self-confidence whatsoever. I would have never. You think I don't walk into these FRG meetings talking about, yeah, I got my workout done this morning. I'm good to go. Let's go. I mean, I share it. I have the commander wanting to know all about it. Is it for guys too? Can I do this? I mean, it is my passion. I mean, that's what he said. He says, you're very passionate about this. I was like, heck yeah, my life is changed, so that's what I do. I just share it. I tell everybody. I'll stand on the mountaintops and tell everybody, and that's what they see. They see the excitement, they see the confidence, and they want that.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to feel good. Everybody wants to be bubbly and happy and all that kind of stuff. And I just made the comment earlier that even through the rough times, it is all good, and it is. So I don't know what else to say. I feel like I had it all in my head, right, but I don't know what to say.
You're good. What about like when you're following up with people? I mean, how do you kind of do that? Do you just message them, or what do you say?
There's I don't bother. I can tell you right now, I do not. I mean, like, I'll watch them, but I think I have this. Well, I kind of know I have this spirit of discernment where I mean, like my cousin, she's finally, after all these months, and she's the one that I've wanted day one. She's one of my challengers. She doesn't post or anything, but let me tell you, she's on it. She's doing great. But, I had to leave her alone.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to know when you can and when you can't. If they don't check back with you, if you see that they've seen it, give them some space. You have to do that too, because the more you're on them, the more they're going to run.
Yeah.
So I really think you have to be wise in how you do it. And I really think you just have to listen to your gut. So I mean, some of them you can just go right on out and just message, and they'll talk right back to you, and then they still don't do anything. And then some of them you just know, if you watch them on Facebook, you're going to know that they're not feeling it. They might have something going on in their life, just something is off. So in those cases, don't mention Beachbody, don't mention Shakeology, don't mention a workout, don't mention anything. Just message them and ask them, how are you doing? What's going on? Is there anything I can do? Can I pray for you? Whatever. And that right there that's what we all do. So whenever you do that and you hear about them, they're gonna come back.
Good.
So
you're just making an interest in their life, a genuine interest, and that's what we have to
adding value. You have to add value and you have to be genuine. It has to come from your heart. You just have to have that heart. But yeah, and you genuinely have to care. And I'll tell you something else, Jen. That's what I was going to tell you. We talk about how it's very important for us to listen. Absolutely, absolutely. But I will say that most of the time, especially if it's somebody that you haven't talked to, that you've never talked to, I mean, they're just following you. They message you. You know they're from back home, but you've never talked to them, never hung out with them, nothing. They really don't know. They don't know everything. So, and they don't know you well enough to spill anything. So whenever you start, you get them on the phone, you kind of have like this awkward silence or whatever. So then you have to say, okay, let me tell you my story. And this is how I got to where I am, and this is why I am the way I am, and this is why it's worked for me. So I just tell it all. I tell my struggles with the depression. I tell whatever God honestly kind of says, here, this is the place it needs to be. This is who you need to tell this to. And that's been the biggest thing too, is because once you share some of the stuff that people don't like to admit that people are struggling with, that's when they feel like, okay, I can tell her, I can talk to her. And then there's your trust. There's your, okay, well, she knows where I'm coming from. Because so many people that do struggle with all of these eating disorders, depression, and all that stuff, they feel like they're isolated. And then they see us on Facebook, and we're just all this and all that. And we act like we've got it all together, and we are working out, and we are this, So you share that, you share your struggles with them, and then that's just what happens. And then they're like, where do I sign? Where do I go? Give me your website right now. Like, they don't even want to wait. I'm like, well, hold on a minute. Let's talk, And it's like, no, give me now. So, yeah. So yes, listen, but give them, they need to know that they can talk to you, because you're not going to get it all unless you let them, just give them all the ugly stuff that you've been through.
Well, that's good, because wasn't there like a call like last week or the week before where it was talking about the power of your story, and like I think that's so important, and I don't have the same. I do have a story, but I don't have, like, yours is very different. You came in, you had all these changes pretty much came from the opportunity and the products and just everything.
Right.
But I think that's really good for all of us to either write down or make a video or just really think about what is your story and kind of come up with that. And you do have to relate it depending on who you're talking to. You have to be able to like listen to them and figure out, not to manipulate them, but what they need to hear. Some of that is intuition, some of that is smart. You just have to be smart about it, and think about how they're struggling.
Yeah, it sometimes it is just the simple, I don't take care of my body, I don't eat good, I don't like vegetables and all this. I'm like, oh, well, I can tell you, I was just like that too. I ate like 5 vegetables, but now I'm cooking all kinds of stuff, But yeah, sometimes it's just simple like that. But then most of the time, everybody has a story. We all have crap. We all have something that we've gone through, or more than just one thing or 2 things or 3 things, So it's like,
we're still going through. How long have you been a coach now?
Oh gosh. The end of September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. What, 8 months? Really? Only 8 months? Yeah, 8 months.
And I can tell, like, the last, you've always been doing good, but I think that you're starting to see that compound effect now. Like you said, people have watched you for 6 months.
Yeah.
Waiting for you to quit, because that's what they do. They're like, oh, let's watch her fail and fall on her face.
Yeah. My husband, that's why he's finally on board, because I didn't quit.
Yep.
And, and even, and that's one of the things Brianna and I were talking about, is even whenever we feel like, we've really cheated too much, it's like, hold on a minute. I've got to reel this back in quick, because I can believe that. I'd quit paleo myself, but I'd never be paleo. But, I think that, you can't be doing that. For what? Yeah, y'all can't do this to us that are ADHD. You're like messing me all up.
Okay, no trying. Yeah, Robyn can't even just talk. Just let her talk.
Don't make me read and try to talk, because I just lost all train of thought.
Came in for the workouts.
What?
Now it's caught the whole time during the workout.
Yeah, but you don't even seem like it bothers you. You just keep
It doesn't. It doesn't. I'm sorry.
I would shut up. Okay, all right.
Oh, I know. Well, see, anyways, so,
About like I think you were talking about like compound effect and how people like when you get like when y'all ate too much and when you
yeah,
get
you feel like yeah, and honestly, and I'll tell you, I'm going to say this. Being a coach has kept me where I am. It's held me so very accountable, and I still need that. So, and Jennifer, I'll vent to you whenever I feel like I can't do this, but yeah, I mean, it is the compound effect. And like I said, it's just people that are still, I mean, and that's what's hard for me whenever I'm talking with y'all is that I am not reaching out to anybody unless I see them post something. I might comment, like my cousin, she's got all this zucchini growing in her garden, so we talk back and forth here and there. They're not my clients or anything, but, yeah, they're just still watching. So I still have a very warm market. They're still coming out of the woodwork, and I just think, oh gosh, I'm just blessed beyond, and I don't even know how in the world it's happening. It's just like this snowball effect.
Yeah, and that's what happens. And I do want to talk like when you have success and when your body's changing, and that takes time. I mean, just like this business takes time to grow, or well, let me use an example of just like when you're losing weight, it takes time. You don't lose it in a month. You don't lose it 6 months sometimes. It might take a year. So this business, as you progress and you make progress with your body and you learn more about the business, and I mean, you're sharing your journey, you're sharing your life. People are attracted to you. People are coming to you. And so that's how it gets easier. I can't even talk. It gets easier as you go along because one, people trust you and they see you. They know you're consistent. They know you're there. Even though we are not perfect, we come back because that keeps us accountable. I guarantee you, if I was not a coach, I'd already gained my weight and when I would have stopped working. And I'm glad.
That's what I'm talking about.
Accountable. So, anyways, but I see what you're saying. I think we will draw people to us, draw people who want this business, but that takes time, and you have to make progress. If we're working on ourselves, I mean, and you know what I mean, like we don't have to keep going until we fly away and we're so skinny, but making progress, being healthy, we're living a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, and now, I mean, I have with the challengers that I do have, I mean, and honestly, I mean, I'm so mad at them right now because they're not posting in the one group I have going on like they need to. I couldn't copy your thing because I was on my phone because I was copying it yesterday and I was going to post it in my group, but they're consistent with me. They're just not in the group. And I'm like, listen, I need y'all because y'all are I got too many and I don't want to lose anybody. But then you don't want to act like, oh, how could you forget me? You don't want them to be like that. But it's like, you just want them to, and the coaches, especially the new coaches. But I think that I know that Beachbody gives us, Beachbody, Summer, Jennifer, you gives us all everything we need to succeed, but I also have to, and I hope that I don't eat these words because I struggle really, really hard with not following the directions and doing it right because I feel like I'm doing it wrong, but yet me being me is not, it works. And so that's kind of like my only dilemma right now that I'm struggling with is because I see that Christy Mudd, she's like rocking videos and she's posted, she is like, oh my gosh, amazing, on fire. And I love it. I'm like, so I'm going to tell my downline, follow her, do what she's doing. You know what I mean? Because she's like going through and doing everything by the checklist. And I just hate it that I don't do that. But what I do is me, and I'm being honest, and it works,
Doing it in your own way. You're still doing the vitals. You may not be doing personal development. I don't know if you are or not. But I mean, you're finding people. I'm just saying you're doing it your own way, and that's okay. The reason that I like, like the checklist and things like that is because not everybody can do like we do. I don't even juggle it all. I write stuff down now because I can't keep it all up here. It drives me crazy. There are a lot of people who, and plus you can't teach that. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted you to kind of talk about it, but it's hard to teach that. You have to have a system. And that's why, I mean, all of you on here, we have to keep it simple enough that we can teach our coaches. Because you can be successful all day long, but if you can't train your coaches to do what you're doing, you're not going to grow. Your team isn't going to grow. And that's why you have resources, so you can give them those resources. You don't need to be doing them. I mean, but you can point them in that direction, and everybody can come. They're a different just something that works for them. Everybody has to come up with their own thing.
Well, and that's what, we do our weekly webinars, just me and my downline. And it's just like last week, which it was only me and Christy, but it worked out good because Christy was like, I talked to her about going Emerald, signing her husband. So that was a good conversation. But like I told him, get out the 10-day training. Get it out. Let's go in it step by step because I have the 2 new coaches too, and basically bringing me back to basics because if I read it, it jogs my memory and that kind of stuff. I still totally believe in the personal development. I mean, I did read the Compound Effect, you know what I mean? And Brianna, if she would hurry up and get done with the other book, I'd be reading that too. But, I totally push all of that. I tell them that this is what they need to do. But and then about being real on Facebook because Facebook is that's our outlet, that's our ticket. And just share your story. Take your all the stuff that we know, just the basic stuff. But yeah, I do tell them. I definitely do. And that I did print out that checklist, the 6 whatever for a 6-figure income. 6 rules of a 6-figure income.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's good. That's good stuff.
I know. Did you like the part that said to wake up at 5:30 in the morning?
Absolutely. I told Brianna this morning.
No way.
No, I'm like, well, honestly, I'm up at 4:30 or 5 whenever Larry leaves. And I lay there and do you know what I do? I'm up at 5:30 because I am scrolling through Facebook at that time. And then I put my phone back down and then I'm like, oh, I need to go back to sleep. So then I'll go back to sleep. I need to just get up. And Brianna, we were talking about that this morning because she needs to before Wesley does.
Yeah.
So we're working towards that. I'm a morning person.
No.
Afternoons, my brain goes to mush. By nighttime, don't even try to conversate with me because I suck. I'm out. So I need to get up earlier. But I agree with that. I totally get it.
I mean, that is true. It's just, I laughed when I saw that.
My workouts have to be morning. They have to be. And that's what I know I have to do. I just have to do it in the mornings and get it done. It's so much better. Makes my day go so much better. But anyways, I don't want to talk about me. But
okay. Okay. Well, that was great. So today's the last day of the month, and I know Melissa, you're at 4. Here, let me unmute you. So
sorry, I'm still talking sign language. I have to follow up with her. She's in the Army. She works.
Okay.
I didn't see her order in there yet, so I need to follow up and see whether or not she's gonna do it when she gets home.
All right, fingers crossed. Do you have anybody else that you could follow up with?
That was the one that I was telling you about before.
Yeah, but is there anyone else maybe on your follow-up list that you can?
The ones I already followed up with, they're not ready.
No.
Ready to push them. Corey's already doing her thing. Vanessa, that was the other one. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Melissa, I hear you run a mean challenge group. I don't want to be in your challenge group. I don't want to be. I'm just kidding.
Add me to this group. I want to see.
Oh my gosh. Brianna, let me just tell you. They had a webinar on how to run the challenge group. She runs a tight serious, no joke. Don't kid me.
She's the Emerald.
Challenge group.
She's the Emerald test. Did you know that?
Oh, geez. Let me tell you. She is no joke.
Well,
Brianna's like, oh.
I'm big about the schedule. So it's every coach, we do 2 coaches per week, and then 1 coach has off. And I'm like, okay, if this is the week you signed up for, put it in your phone, set a reminder. If not, and then there I am like 2 hours later, because I forget too. Sometimes I'll have, like, I had the reminder for this. I hit snooze like 4 times. I'm like, I'm baking with my kids. I'm not going to be like, sorry guys, time for a webinar, you know? So I just kept hitting snooze, and I'm like, I'll get around to it. So I know other people do that too. And then I just send them reminders like, hey, if you can't do it, I will. There's been times where I'll text someone and say, hey, I can't post. Can you post for me? But that's it. Yeah, like if you have a challenger in the group, you are required to sign up to post. And if you're a cheerleading coach, you have to take at least 1 day. So you can get in the habit of posting and thinking about what you're going to put, not just relying on all the other veteran coaches to do it. And it's doing good. And I let them pick. I'm like, pick whatever. If you want a nutritional tip, if you want a morning motivation, whatever your heart post. But I want them to get in that habit. Like, people are, I have to put something out there of value because they're going to read it. And I want this to inspire them and encourage them. That's it.
No, it's not.
Slave driver.
I need help with that because I don't even know. I'm just like, I'm just like, okay, I'll just send someone a message. Like this week I sent Christy a message and I was like, hey, do you want to post for the week? And then actually it was last, whatever. But I'll just message people because everybody keeps forgetting. So it's just easier if I just do it that week. It's like, hey.
And you know, and what's funny is with me, like if I know this is Jennifer, you know where I'm coming from, but for me, I just need to run my own group. That way I will post because I'm not dependable to post another. Like Jennifer, I know. I mean, it's like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, okay, well, they'll catch it. You know what I mean? And it's terrible. It's terrible. So I don't know how in the world. It's a God thing. That's all I can tell you. It's a God thing. And
that's how I was when I did the first one, the 21-day fix. Like, I pretty much did it, and Jen went in there putting motivational posts, but it kind of backfired because when I put those girls in the, I like to call it the maintenance group, because they already got the hang of 21-day fix. We put them in spring into summer. All of a sudden, they weren't comfortable with the different coaches' personalities and all this different. I'm like, who cares? Are you trying to lose weight or not? They're helping you be accountable. There's like 8 of us in there. I was like, no, from the get-go, whoa. From the get-go, I want them to get used to it. Different coaches, stop raising Okay. Stop.
Your children.
Okay, look at all the people looking at you. Because he's like, don't go downstairs. Took off like a bat out of hell. Okay. But yeah, so now I want them to get used to all the different personalities. Like, regardless if it's a coach on the team or if it's a random Facebook post, if somebody is encouraging you, you take it. If it's just like, get up and do something with your day type post, you take that personally and you absorb it as much as you can. So yeah, that's it. Now I want them to get used to everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question real quick. If I have a girl that called in, ordered T25, she called and she had them switch her to Larry. But I know Coach Relations hasn't done that yet, but she's trying to go, oh, wait, never mind. I know the answer to that. Anyways, and I'll tell you something else. Listen, I stay really busy with people messaging me. I mean, I feel like my day is consumed with this one, that one, this one, that one, new ones, so, and I guess it's still part of forming and stuff. So I swear it seems like I have no time to read, to do anything other than take care of the clients, the challengers, do my workout, make my own food, and the stupid FRG.
I was just
Oh,
going to tell you, just like the FRG, do they have your cell phone? Do the people have your cell phone numbers?
no,
Okay, good.
no,
Like everybody had my cell phone number.
no.
When you got something to do, turn it off. Turn off your phone. Don't get the messages, whatever it is.
Well, I get them on Facebook, but I'm sorry, I just don't want to leave them hanging, especially if they're asked, like right now, I'm being asked, how do I, she's ordering a challenge pack. She's already got T25 and she's ordering a T25 challenge pack just to get the Shakeology and give her cousin the T25. So right now I'm working while I'm on this webinar.
Yeah. What you have to do is, because, you've got all these people coming at you. You've got to somehow either schedule your time. I know that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Or turn your phone to airplane mode. Like, I know I've seen several coaches do that. I know that's hard, but 10 minutes at least to do reading. I think we're about to get cut off.
Yeah.
You can either let life control you or you can control it. You can give yourself a certain amount of time to answer messages. Say it's an hour. If you don't get through those messages in an hour, I don't know. If you don't, you're going to lose your mind.
I'm not, but it's like that part's not bothering me. It's just, my main thing for me to take the time to do, like this morning, I did have a couple messages before I even started my workout, but it's like, okay, I'm serious. I'm putting my workout clothes on because that is a no excuse thing. And then once I do my workout, then I'm like, oh, I'm done. Now I can do this, And I've even started kicking it up with a little bit of extra stuff. Like yesterday, I did 100 reps with my upper arms doing different things. And then I did, freaking lunges or squats, doing the squats. And then today I did lower focus. I was dying. Awesome. Oh, gosh. I forgot how much I hated that.
All right. Well, we are about to get kicked off. Thank you, Robyn, for talking. And thank you for showing up. So I will talk to y'all later. I'll see you on Friday.